Welcome, everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are back with more vintage story. This is episode 6 of the Hardcore Vegetarian Run. And as you can see, we are a long way from home. That's right. But we've got some very important stuff on us. Most importantly, the copper nuggets. That's right. So we've been out on a journey for the last couple episodes trying to find copper. Funnily enough, there was a small vein right next to the house, wherever it's at. Yeah, there's a little copper there, but other than that, the entire island, I searched most of the northern parts, had to come all the way down here to the very southern tip, and we finally found enough surface copper to make up our first pickaxe and maybe even a hammer too. So we are in a rush to get all the way back home. Let's see, I've got 15, 20, so I actually think we're going to be a little bit short. But I do have some back at home too. We'll just have to keep looking around. I don't plan on making a straight shot home. I'd like to maybe explore a little bit of this area over here too. So it would be really fantastic to bring home a bit more copper. But for now, it's getting dark. So I think we're going to risk... Oh, I'm in the water. Let's slap down our bed right here on the edge of existence. And, okay, that's just a gazelle. I think we'll be safe to sleep out here, so I can keep the torch on me probably. Let's see. Going to sleep pretty early, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. All right, let's let time pass, and we'll just let it go as long as we can. We'll probably wake up around 3 a.m. or something, but like I said, we're just going to hit off. Okay, yeah. 3:40. That's not too bad. It is still dark out here, so I won't make you guys suffer through this part, but actually what I might do is try and just swim right over here across the channel. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure this is all connected. And even if it's not, I can do a little bit of swimming. So, man, oh man, guys, the hardcore run, so far it's been kind of a breeze, but I don't want to underestimate the threats here in the vintage story. They're certainly real. And even though this, of course, is a Homo sapiens run, essentially meaning there's not going to be any drifters or any of that threat, we've seen some bears already, so unexpectedly too. I think we'll need to grab these soybeans. And yeah, every moment that goes by, it feels like it's getting lighter and lighter out here. So let me make my quick little swim. Doesn't look too bad, does it? But when you look at it this distance, yeah, we're gonna have to whip together a raft. That's for sure. With the ocean-heavy world that we've generated, I think a raft and even a sailboat eventually will definitely be mandatory. I can't tell if that's a dead animal or a sleeping hyena right there. Oh. Okay, he's asleep. Oh, there's dog. There's puppy right there. There's a puppy right there. All right, let's run through the gazelles. Maybe that'll get the hyena off my tail. Nope. Oh, the gazelles aren't helping me much here. Let's go out into the water. Get away from me, hyena. Where'd he go? I mean, in all fairness, he definitely looked like he was dead. Okay, well, he's just a lazy old hyena. But we made it over here to the island, what I think is an island. No, it is just a peninsula. There's an island to the south. I didn't check that out, but yeah, I'm definitely going to need more copper. There's not much reason to go home at this point, but the good news is we still got plenty of inventory space. I do have another serving left, and we're going to need to eat it, so I might have to stop and harvest some of this the sunflower and the amaranth just for eating, but not to worry. We've got our bed, and like I said, a decent amount of inventory. Did I bring my chest? No, I only have the one basket, and I left it at home. Not to worry. We will always make room for extra copper. Hey, and even some seeds. Look at that, 40 flax seeds so far. And of course, I've got quite a bit planted back at home. So, yeah, let's do what we came here for. Actually, hold on, no. Let me get the sunflowers first. Oh yeah, we've discovered some very interesting stuff here in this tropical region. So far now, I've seen blue and red clay basically spawn like right on top of each other, almost, practically. And we've seen two black bears spawned right next to each other, like directly next to each other. Very nice. I just found my first piece of resin too on an acacia. I think ever, yeah. Haven't spent a lot of time in the tropics before this run, so that is literally my first resin from acacia. Alright, and of course thanks to our nice auto markers mod, it is marked already. Okay, we got some pigs here. He is definitely asleep. I know what the pigs look like when they're... Oh, that's not a pig. No. Yeah, that's a hyena because the puppy's right next to it. So let's steer clear. It's looking for that precious, precious copper. Well, look at this. More white currant bushes. Just 2 of them. It's interesting because we found 2 other white currant bushes previously, a lot closer to home. Yeah, so I've made my way. Here was that resin we found together. It was kind of... I've been up on top of this plateau, just searching the highlands. So far, I've found a couple rib cages and broken those, so I do have some bones. I've been collecting the bony cow skulls. I don't know why. Maybe we can actually grind those up. I'm not sure, but still none of the orange stuff, although I'm not giving up. We've got lots more to explore. I guess I could kind of backtrack. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely not connected. We now know that our little island is officially an island, but yeah, there's more to explore. I was hoping I could just keep going, but I'll just backtrack and we'll explore this big open green. It looks like savanna, and then maybe it turns into some jungle here, but it's very open, not a lot of trees, which is good. I mean, it really makes travel much quicker and easier, safer, don't have to worry about bears constantly creeping up on me. And I can kind of keep my head down a little bit as I travel, looking for the precious, precious metal. Okay, well, it's not copper, but I think we just found a little bit of lead here. Let's see if I can mark this. I don't even know if this marks on the map, or using... Yeah, the auto mark. Probably because it's so common. I will mark it, though. It's actually the first bit of lead that I've seen, but we'll probably discover more of it. Also, kind of looking for more resin, too. I'm not in any hurry. It's just a fun little exploration, but I'm getting to, another... Actually, is that ebony? I think, yeah, that's ebony right there. I was going to say, I'm getting towards another oak forest up here, though. Yeah, that is just straight up oak. Yeah, there's a big, massive oak right there. I might mark that one, come back to it. I like to mark some of those giant trees. It's easy to get, easy to get your first building done with one tree, practically. I'm definitely going to mark the ebony, too. It's beautiful stuff when you can finally get a saw made, that is. So, that's fine. Very good. Yeah, just a little bit of leisurely exploration. I think I will grab these mushrooms with my knife, but I'm not going to worry about the papyrus right now. I've got a decent amount of papyrus back home, but the food is becoming an issue. Let's see, what is that? Oh, that's... Ooh, funeral bell, get away from me. Reishi. Oh, that's delicious. Alright, so we got one edible. Not to worry. The terrain is becoming a bit more hilly here. Yeah, we got multiple levels, so I am really utilizing my zoom button. But I've also got to make sure to keep that stack of dirt in my hands, at least after I eat my turnips, because I think I'm getting a little nervous. Ooh. Looks like we got 2 fruit trees right next to each other. Yeah, but heading into that kind of an area, could very well see some bears or even wolves. I'm actually more worried about wolves. I don't know. It all worries me, to be quite honest, but... Alright, the exploration continues. Once again, it is about time to go to bed. So I've been just exploring the whole day. What's this over here? Oh, mushrooms. Yeah, my inventory's pretty full, so I actually changed my mind on the papyrus. I decided to start collecting the tops, because if I get enough, yeah, I'm going to make up a little basket. I'm a little bit short, though. We need 3 all the way around, so I need 8 more, I think. But regardless, we're going to have to find somewhere to sleep. Let's just take a look at the map real quick. I've been kind of just bouncing around this area. Probably need to sweep back through this part, but that's a nice looking lake right there. Could have some of the papyrus I need. Regardless, it's a good area. You know, there's lots of mushrooms. Those are definitely edible. It's raining quite a bit here, which is a bit unusual considering, you know, where we're at. But I guess not necessarily. It rains near the equator, certainly. Alright, so where do we sleep? Because we are losing light. Another ebony tree. It's a small one that I marked. Sometimes I've found safety just going to the highest hill in the region. I mean, I think we're far enough away from any hyenas not to have to worry. I'm legitimately worried about some bears, though. Or wolves. What is that? Is that another fruit tree tucked away in there? Well, still haven't found another breadfruit, but I've seen a lot of other stuff. Golden poppies. Alright, yeah, this is probably as good a place as any. You know what? It's still pretty early. Too early to go to bed. Uh-oh. It's a rabbit. Getting paranoid about rabbits, people. Let's come up here and look at whatever this is. Is that a fruit tree or just... cherry tree, yeah. Alright, kind of tucked in there. Well, yeah, it's definitely getting a little too dark for you guys, I know. Nighttime falls, I can still kind of see in game, but I know on the screen itself it becomes nearly invisible, so we'll just take a quick last look at the setting sun here, and I will see you guys in the morning. It's a rainy morning, but it is morning, folks, and I think I just discovered some more white currant bushes. Yeah, look at that. It's got to be the white currant. That one in particular must have like a greater heat tolerance, which is interesting because I always assumed like all the currant bushes were just identical in all ways, but except color. But no. So that's, yeah, super interesting. We've got 5 of them, plus 2 more back at the base. And still no more copper though, but I'm having a good time just moving around out here. Let's see, collecting a lot of food. Oh, good, papyrus. It's funny because you can have a lake like this size, has 0 papyrus. Then you've got a lake like just a little tiny dot, and there's like 12 papyrus all around it. This stuff just, it grows all kinds of wonky, but this should be enough here. I don't know, we'll see. Let's see if we can whip together a basket. And there it is, boom, with 1 left over. All right. Yeah. So I guess in a way it was a good thing that I didn't bring the basket. You know what? I'm actively collecting seeds. I probably won't get a lot more of this. Put that away. Put that away. Just trying to put away things that, yeah, I probably won't pick up much more of. We'll put the berries away. Actually, the berries are only good for 7 hours, so I better eat those. We'll probably be out here on the road for longer than that. I think I'll still continue to collect some papyrus too. Alright, we're not looking too bad. Yeah, screw it, I'll just put some of the seeds away. I'm getting close to a full stack of flax, so that's something. Alright, enough messing around. Let's put this on the back. We're losing daylight, just wandering around chatting, so... We're getting pretty far from home, but I don't care at this point. I gotta find some more copper, so it's time to head south and explore this region down here. Well, take a look at that sleepy fellow. Yeah, we got a panda bear just out in the open. I'm gonna definitely give him a wide berth. I've been told they're not hostile. At least, I guess, not quite as hostile as regular bears, but I'm still going to go around them quite a bit. Oh, look. Hey. Beautiful. It's the largest clump of berry bushes we've seen. Yeah, it was like 5 right there. Awesome. So, haven't had any luck with the copper. Starting to get frustrated again. It's really, really hard to find. We're here at the very southern tip of this island. Oh yeah, I wanted to go out there and check. I don't think there's any copper on that little beach there. That's kind of where I was headed. Yeah, because we found copper like at the very southern part of our island over here. So I thought, hey, maybe if I come to this spot, we'll find some. I think I'm going to hit this location up next, the little connection point. But the good news is I haven't been totally unrewarded. I did just get a survival point, and I've actually got 2 of them. Yeah, so let's place those together. Long life, increase your health by 5%, additional 1% for each max level. I think we'll do that one. Featherfall's kind of tempting. Huge stomach, increases your maximum saturation. That one actually combos well. These two combo, if you can max these out and then start putting points into meat shield, it's really good as long as you have an abundance of food. But, alright, we'll just put one in huge stomach. Oh boy, let's go find somewhere else to sleep for the night. That's right, another day is over. But man, oh man, just no copper. It's a very, very copper light world. All right, let me see where we're at. So yeah, I needed to kind of turn and see if I can backtrack like this. Not a big deal. I think we can probably make it to that little area before sundown, but it honestly doesn't make a big difference no matter where I sleep. Oh, you know what? Let's collect these red caps. I've got a big stack of these already. Kind of hoping to bring these home to cook with, but who knows how many more days I'll be out here on the hunt. It will be nice, though, once we get just a little bit more copper. We can go home, make up that pickaxe and hammer, and then start to dig out the very few veins that we've seen. So that'll help things a lot, and it will be good to get back home, I'll tell you that much. I love exploring and traveling, but yeah, once you've been doing it for a while, especially not having much luck with your search, it gets a little frustrating, but nonetheless, I'm always keeping that stack of dirt in my hands. You can see my health bar is a little low. I got attacked by a pig earlier, but haven't actually had to do any towering up. Should I grab the papyrus? Yeah, might as well. I've still got that little one in my inventory. Alright, so take advantage of any resource we can. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. I mean, I'm even to the point where I'm starting to, hope that I come across, certain kinds of stone, like some bauxite. There's claystone here, which is interesting. I believe we can see sulfur occurring in claystone. I think it can occur in claystone, but I might be wrong on that. Regardless, sulfur will be helpful for us for sure. Oh my gosh. All right, well, we're losing light once again, so I might just get to this lowland area, maybe over here by the coal, set up the bed and go to sleep. Hopefully no panda bears come and snuggle up with me at night, and in the morning the search will continue. That sunrise is looking real pretty. It's almost copper colored in some parts. Unfortunately, that's the only thing that's copper colored around here for the moment, but we've got a choice, so we're pretty far, although I could get home in a day easily if I decided to turn around now. Looks like there might be another island up here, but do we go south or do we go north? I'm actually thinking south. Looks like a bit more open. It's savanna, so, the hyenas, they're a joke. They laugh at themselves. Watch it. The pigs, on the other hand, are... Oh, crap, he's coming for me. Whoa. Get out of here. He's coming. What is that, a pomegranate? I gotta crouch and mark it. Okay. Yeah, I ran right by him on the way in here. Probably why he's after me. Alright. Either way, let's not worry about the piglets. I can tower up if I need to, but... Is that flax? Still picking up... Oh god, he's still coming! Oh, the dark shadow of a pig follows me. Get away from me, piglet. Listen, you're trying to protect your babies, but you've just essentially abandoned them. you're so far away from them now, they're never going to find you again. So you've ruined everything, pig. Get away from me. Oh my god, it's still coming. I'm trying to have a leisurely exploration. Alright, we might have to tower up. Little practice tower. Yeah, oh, and he immediately just lays down like a lazy piglet. Okay, well, let's just take advantage of our height here and look around. Oh, we got one papyrus over there, okay. And I'll go collect that. Maybe I can get away from the pig. Oops, well, that didn't work too well. Yeah, I think he's asleep now. Alright, we're fine. No more pigs are after me, but gosh, I'm about to call it quits after this day. I mean, call it quits. It's funny to say that because I can't quit. We have to get copper, but... Ooh, there's more resin. But I was just thinking maybe I would have more luck if I kind of like went home, just put everything together, empty the inventory, kind of reset, and tried some other areas. I don't know. I mean, I can just keep going too. You know, let's see, how's the south looking? Yeah, there's big open areas down here. Like I said, I'm just really anxious to get back home and start making metal tools, but can't rush it. That's the thing about Vintage Story. I've heard some players talk about how it takes them a month, you know, in game to find copper proper amounts. So I won't give up on it. Let's see. We've seen a couple of exciting things today, but for the most part, oh, hello. Hyenas are becoming subterranean down there. They're mixing with the butterflies. It's not good. It's not good. It's going to be chaos one day. Still haven't sighted any high fertility soil, though. But not to worry. Maybe we'll come across that before I find the copper. Okay, well, this is an unexpected discovery. We got ourselves some pineapple. There's another one right here. Just noticed it running through this little jungled area. I think we're fairly safe here. It's a tiny little island, I noticed. I was over here looking around. Boy, it looks like actually that kind of might end right there. I don't know. But now I'm quite focused more on this over here. So I think I'm going to do a little island hopping. Oh, man. You know, new discovery like the pineapple seed. Yeah, this is, I think, has one of the longest growth cycles. It goes through like, what, 11 or 12 stages? I can't remember. But somebody down in the comments let us know. But yeah, pineapple, it's tough. Definitely want to grow it in a region where there's no winter. You know, just a permanent summer. You could probably do it if you had like a nice greenhouse or something. But, all right, I think that's it. Just 2 pineapple seeds. Is that more? No. Now everything looks like a pineapple to me. Okay, this is cool. No copper yet, but I just came across the first river here in the world that we've seen. Yeah, there's 2 of them right here. So the original island, I guess, wasn't big enough to spawn any rivers. This one is, though. Hey, maybe that's a good sign. I doubt it. Nothing is a good sign anymore. It's all a waste. Oh, there's no copper in this world. I'm convinced of it, but... Oh, let's see. Oh my gosh, I just need like 4 more bits or something. Oh well. What are we looking at over there? More claystone, so many termite mounds. Uh-huh. Olive trees are plentiful. Is that one of those Mediterranean cypress up there? I think that's what that is. I'm tempted to go get that and, yeah, grab the seeds. See if we can get some seeds out of that. Let's get this amaranth over here. Let's see, did I pick up anything interesting? Absolute ton of flax. We should probably pull the bag off our back and do some consolidating next to the river here. Yeah, I love this river mod. So cool, but of course, I think in the next update 1.22, which is still obviously a ways away as of the recording of this, they're supposed to be adding some interesting water features, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, what else do we have? Nothing. I don't know why I'm even taking the bony cow skulls at this point, but all right. Yeah, I did end up with a full stack of flax, plus we're working on our second stack. There it is. Yeah, I really like these trees before. I've never actually encountered one in the wild, believe it or not. Usually they're spawning in like next to the ruins in the Better Ruins mod and whatnot. There we go. We got one of the seeds. Just one though, but hey, you saw just how small that tree actually was, so there's only like 5 or 6 segments to it. Very easily could have gotten no seeds out of that. Alright, we're losing light again. Let's take a look here. I kind of want to go south more. Keep diving deeper and deeper. I mean, I'm coming up empty-handed on copper, but we're still discovering a lot of interesting things here. Let's see, let's move together for a little while. This area is a little bit hard to see, so we could turn the corner into something nasty. I see some, what look like beets over there. I am kind of making, just detours for food right now, because although there's plenty of it, it doesn't have a lot of saturation. The food bar drops pretty quick when we're just out running around eating raw turnips all the time. And grain, too. Let's see here. This is a beautiful place, though. It's so nice not having to worry about temporal stability. Looking around, you can just settle down wherever you want. Temporal stability is a lot of fun. It adds a really interesting aspect to the game. And I am glad that it exists, but I wish there was a way to nullify it or correct it in an area. Even something early game, too. I'm not just talking about late game. If you're just starting off and maybe you spawn into a world, you pick a spot you like, but it's really, really temporally unstable, there should be something you could do, early on in your run to help mitigate it, if not, like, completely cure it. Maybe you could slow it down early on, and then late stages, completely stop it. But of course, Vintage Story is an early access game, so there's a lot more work to do on it for sure. Look at these two. Look at this little branch right here. Oh my gosh, every time I see a cluster of stones like that, I get excited. Then I zoom in on it, and all my excitement is dashed. But this kind of terrain like this, I do favor it over the grass, the greeny areas. It's just easier to see, copper nuggets at a distance, especially with the zoom. Oh yeah, they stand out really nice and clear on this, claystone? No. Yeah, it's really best. I should probably get up to the top of this hill, and we'll have a nice, good vantage point. Oh wait. Fruit. Is that? Scraggly looking little fruit up there. Alright, give me that. These things actually have healing too. 1 HP there. Yeah, that cactus fruit is awesome. I hope the cacti that I have planted at home start to grow. Oh my god, look at everything out there. All the stones, all the hyenas. They're laughing at me too. Not a single one of them has any copper. Oh, I just took my basket off. Hey, we got some clay here. Yep, we'll definitely mark this. I found clay in a few spots as we go. We've even found some blue clay. There we go, red. That's all I'll type. Alright, so yep, there goes the light. Sun has officially gone down, almost. We got a floating vine. What happened there? That's weird. This is literally just like there's nothing there below it. Huh. See, like I said, the wondrous discoveries we make while we're out here. Here in and amongst the mushrooms, there also grows copper. There it is. Oh my gosh. Literally, is that it? Just 2 nuggums? Oh, there's bees. I'm hearing bees too. Hold on. Grab this so I don't forget. 19, we have enough because I have like 2 pieces at home. Oh, there's bees here though. There they are. Can I just crouch? Yeah. We did discover some other bees in a different location, but I'm tempted to maybe search around here. It could be a high copper area. In other words, there might be more. So, I mean, 2 pieces isn't much, but it's obviously the best we've found so far. Yeah, this whole area is kind of cool. I mean, that's the great thing. Even though obviously the world is just random, you do occasionally come across some really interesting land formations. Poisonous, gotta be careful. Yeah, in my last challenge run, the Polar Earth, I was working with 20 lives, but one of the deaths was from a poison fruit. It was a poison berry because I had a different mod in that world, which actually added some poison berries, and I didn't know that initially, so I just said, hey, I can eat the berries, you know, no big deal. There's another one. More bees. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised those are like, we're not finding bees more often. I guess we kind of are, but maybe I just haven't been listening as well. Okay. Well, we've definitely got enough for the pickaxe now, and then we can shoot over to that little copper spot that we found near the base, like real close to the base. Yeah. And that should give us enough for the hammer. Man, I don't know. It's if I have to come all the way back over here to retrieve this copper, in other words, because we've got one spot here, another spot down here, but that's it until we get all the way over here. Ooh, you know, it's entirely possible that I missed some copper coming down here, but oh, at least I kind of hope I did, you know. Man, that's a drop off right there. Oh boy, watch your step. Alright, well, unfortunately we have to leave the wonderful, fast-flowing river. It's a really, really great spot. You can see papyrus grows all along it. It's actually really cool if you have the winters mod, or the rivers mod, in an area that does freeze during winter. Yeah, it's kind of nice. You can get down in there. It's like a little canyon. Animals get trapped all the time. Yeah, it's actually offers some really good hunting opportunities if that's what you're doing. Of course, we're doing the vegetarian challenge, so no hunting, but got some quartz over there. No, that's a log. I like when these rivers kind of taper out like this. It's interesting. Let's jump over here. Okay. Yeah, we're at the very, very end of the river. It's kind of flowing wrong, isn't it? Not necessarily. No, they would flow. I don't know where this goes. I assume it's to the ocean, but yeah, these river, you know, and I was talking about the interesting geographical formations. The rivers mod really does add to that. It is such a cool mod to have in your world and just build on the riverside. I really like it. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do in the vanilla game with the rivers and stuff, but we got a big forest up there. Could those be redwoods? Oh my gosh, I think we just discovered a redwood forest. Oh, it is a redwood forest. Wow, I kind of thought we were too far south for that, but okay. There's 2 olive trees. I mean, I'm not even marking trees anymore. Kind of am sometimes, but not really going out of my way. There's so many. Well, yeah, I know we're going in the wrong direction if I'm heading home, but wow, that's wild. Big old, yep, giant redwood trees. There they are. Interesting. Got maple along the outskirts there. Is that bauxite? Yeah, I think we just found bauxite. Let's get a little closer. And of course, anybody unfamiliar, bauxite is that red stone. And we will need that for... Yeah, we'll need that for steel production. Let me just mark that. So if I just put the mark like right there. Yeah, hold on. There we go. Yeah, we'll save that. Then I'll know. I mean, obviously, we're going to have to come back here anyway. But that's just a very small patch of redwoods right there, isn't it? This looks really pretty through here with that river, with the forests along both sides of the river. Bet that's nice. All right, so dang it, I want to live in this place, but I can't. We have to go home. We've already settled down. There's more bees. Well, we've got bees close to home, so I don't need to mark every single beehive I come across, right? Oh, now, it's funny. I was, the whole time exploring, I was like desperate to find that copper so I could go back home. Now that I've found it, it's like, I just want to keep exploring a little bit, see what else we can get. I mean, I would love to get more copper, to be honest, but with the rarity of this stuff, I don't think it's going to happen unless we get super. Whoa! Go, go, go! I shouldn't have stopped so close to him. Oh, piggy wiggies. If we had not beefed my health up. Oh, God. The pigs are pretty persistent. Dang it, there's flax right there, too. I want to get that flax. That's all right. I've picked up lots of flax on our little journey, so... Now, there's peanuts, though. I do want those. Come here, peanuts. Get away from me, pig. You can't eat my peanuts. Yeah, they're persistent. If I jump across this water and swim, do you think he'll follow me? Oh, I bet you he's still... Is he coming? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He's like Jaws. Oh, it's Cujo. He goes from Cujo to Jaws. Well, when it rains, it pours. Look at that. More copper. I am legitimately heading home, too, so you'll be proud to hear that. I finally managed to pull myself away, but kind of came back a different route. I'm going to swim across here and connect up, but we're almost back. Well, not really, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But that is awesome. So that's enough right there for definitely a pick. If we find another group, now I want to keep exploring. If we find some more, I might be able to whip up the hammer in one go too, but this is great. This is great. Exactly what we need. Find multiple spots along the route home. Yeah, we're going to be making this trip many times, I can tell, but wow, the good news is it's actually safer, and I didn't realize this when I started this challenge run here in the hotter climates. It's definitely safer traveling in these biomes, the savanna. Less so the jungle, I would say, but I really just avoid the deep jungles. I just don't go in them. Maybe skirt around the edges of them. But yeah, the savanna, the open grass, it's really, really nice traveling. So, well, that's okay. I do plan on doing more hardcore runs too. I like the idea of more lives, limiting lives, but giving myself like 20 or even 10 lives in a series, but it just doesn't work. For whatever reason, the life counter has been buggy in every challenge match I've tried that on, but either way, that's why I eventually settled on this one, just to be a true hardcore run. I was like, I'm tired of the headache of worrying about these lives. I want a challenge, but so like I said, from now on we'll probably just play the true hardcore, which is fun but dangerous, very dangerous. Okay, well, I just failed to swim, didn't I? Well, I'll just swim at this point, so let me hop on in. Maybe I'll see a dolphin, but probably not. They're very, very elusive creatures. Okay, well, it's not a dolphin, but I did spot a little tortoise. Not a tortoise, it's a turtle. Green sea turtle, male. Has he got a full hit bar? Yes, he does. Good little guy. Alright, just heading home, of course, taking some shortcuts. Yes, I did accidentally douse my torches, but we're making it nonetheless. I think I'm going to have to set down the bed, though. Yeah, so I might want to whip up a fire starter just to light those torches for that early morning travel, because usually I'm going to bed at 8, usually waking up at about 3 in the morning. Which is a radical schedule, I'll say it. That's crazy. It's crazy, people. But nonetheless, we have seen some incredible stuff today. We saw a giant redwood forest, actually copper on the ground twice. That was the biggest shock of all. But it has been a good little venture. I'm ready to get home though, so I think I will just flash forward to the house and we will start off the next episode back home working on some blacksmithing. I have confidence that I'll be able to make it safely. You know, I've got my dirt stack with me so I can always tower up. But next time you guys tune in, we will be back there, like I said, pouring some copper mold. So thank you for tuning in today, everybody. I really appreciate you hanging out as I journey through the world of Vintage Story. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one.